This is a Steam Greenlight trailer for, well, I'm not entirely sure. The title's in, I think, Japanese. And I did run that through Google Translate, and that threw up the phrase, Sweet Soybean Soup! So, for all intents and purposes, this game is called Sweet Soybean Soup. Here is some pictures of some girls. There we are, we changed the picture of the girl on the wall to a different picture of a girl on the wall. And we saved a screenshot of that. So that's some. Ah! Okay. Right. You've got some frames missing. I don't know if you've been to the doctor about that, but you're resembling the skeletons from Jason and the Argonauts. Okay, well, she's walking anyway, and saying, I don't understand. I only know English as a language, so I can't tell you what's being said. That is for someone else to do. I can't do that for you. I can only comment on the visuals, which are horrific, creepy, and slightly confusing. We've picked up... I mean, so far nothing's even happened. We picked up a case and put it on the ground. So I know you can carry luggage in the game and change pictures of girls. We're not even halfway through the trailer yet. In fact, we are so not even halfway through the trailer yet that I knew earlier, grammatically, I said something incorrect. I said something like, here is pictures of girls. I used a singular while talking about plurals, and I knew that, but I was saving myself something to talk about later, i.e. now. Right up to the point where our character, our player indeed, starts looking at the person's tits and pussy really close up. And she's fine with that. So that's also something that happened. That's about as far as I got watching the trailer on the Greenlight page before I said, yep, I can try and do something with this. I basically set myself the challenge of can I spend 5 minutes and 11 seconds of trailer footage able to come up with things to say, maintaining that level of conversation while fuck all oh, she's cleaning on the floor. With the arse there for presumably us to... Oh! Crawling a bit like she belongs in The Exorcist or something. Just, oh... And this sort of mechanical clockwork. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why the whole stop motion thing is. Maybe that's what it's for. It's a steampunk game. And she's clockwork. That would explain the movements, the crawling, the not caring about the tits being stared at an inch away. Maybe he's talking to her about, I need to get some oil for your metal gears and cogs. I think that's how my brain is making this all work. She's a robot, and we're playing a compulsive masturbator. The fish, I haven't worked out how the two goldfish in the background there relate to the story overall. But I'll come up with something. No, don't dance, because the last thing you need to do is more animations. That's a bad look. That's a shame. I'm glad she's... Oh, no, she's carrying on. Good. What is everything going on the right-hand side? It's some sort of diary entry? I don't know. None of this is good. Let's get closer to the action. Let's really show that off. I get the feeling that even the person playing this for the trailer footage is bored. What was that? I'm out. I've got nothing. I've run out of things to say. I've got like 20 seconds left. It'll be 11 seconds now, and I'm out. I think I lasted pretty well. You know, I got almost 5 minutes of straight talking. I fumbled some things. I didn't say things all that good at certain points, but I said to myself, I'll do one take and see how I go. And it didn't go great. That was just crap. Description! I can't tell you anything about the description. I'll run it through a translator and see. Let's see see if we can get a clue about what it says. Well, that didn't work. It detected Chinese as the language and just gave me Chinese back. Yeah. Updates are in English, though. I'm going to make her more natural. Many players dislike the girl's eyes. I'm going to make her more natural. That's a one-sentence update. I don't think I've ever seen a game developer have to provide an update for their game with the headline, I'm going to make her more natural! Exclamation mark. It's not a great look. It's not a great look for a game. And then we got this one. Thank you for your positive and negative comments. The first time I saw a negative comment, I felt very bad. The longer the negative comment was, the worse I felt. Oh, well, now you're making me feel bad. But now I think no one will write a long comment on a game without substantial content. Some players might give negative comments because of misunderstanding of the game. This is normal. If it's normal for you, if people keep misunderstanding your games to the point where you're like, nah, it happens, it might be a problem with you. Sunshine. It might be a problem with you. But anyway, sometimes I can't tell who is protagonist before I watch the end of a movie. Right, that'll be a problem. You don't understand concepts and characters. That might be your issue. If this is a regular enough issue for you, then that might be something you want to look at as a writer. But honestly, looking at these updates and the issues that the developer wants to address, I'm thinking that they might have their priorities wrong. For instance, the girl who is going to be more natural said like some sort of Dr. Frankenstein figure. Her problem isn't really her eyes. It's everything else. Similarly, I'm not entirely sure that communicating what the game is or who the protagonist is exactly the issue with this game. I think it's just that it looks really, really boring, and it doesn't matter whether or not we know what's going on. There's nothing really compelling about changing a poster on a wall and carting someone's luggage down a fucking corridor. And if you think that is good enough to sell as the first bit of action we see in your game, in a trailer, in the thing you're using to sell this to us, again, I think you might not quite know what any audience ever wants. Maybe. Don't make her dance again.